I just watched one of the best DC movies ever made, and it's about time. This is what we should have had the first time. This is the Justice League that we should have had the first time. And I almost wish I hadn't seen the first one because this movie just blows the original Justice League that we had in 2017 completely out of the water. This movie is actually a totally different movie than the first Justice League. So if you were thinking like me, I thought it was just going to be some different scenes put in. I knew it was a 4 hour movie, so I was really curious to see how Zack Snyder was going to do this. But this is actually a very different movie, almost completely different. They saved some scenes from the first one, but overall, this was a completely new experience, and thank God because we needed it. Um, the story, the storyline, the characters, the development of the characters, everything was very well explained. Um, Snyder really took the time to explain what was going on throughout the movie, to really explore the background of the characters. Like we didn't get that in the first one, but this movie actually does a very good job of doing that. You get to see more of the Flash and Cyborg. They did a couple different things with the Aquaman and Wonder Woman story, but I mean the way they really explored Cyborg and the Flash, it was different and very welcome. You get to see the relationship with Flash and his dad, Cyborg and his father. There's a lot of like daddy issues in this movie, but no, I mean it was very good. Snyder did a fantastic job of not only delivering a good backstory to these characters and exploring these characters in a different kind of way, but I also appreciated how the film kind of just draws you in emotionally on the parts where you're supposed to feel something. Um, it wasn't. It felt like a mature movie. I mean, it's rated R. There were some gory scenes. There's a scene where a guy gets cut in half. There's some bloods, some f bombs. So it kind of earned the R rating. Um, but overall, I mean, a very very well done movie from top to bottom. I'd watch it again. I don't care. 4 hour movie. I'd do it again. It was worth it. Um, there's not many things I can say that were bad that I didn't like. Uh, I mean, the CGI, as you probably heard, was lackluster, to put it nice. I mean, there were some scenes where it was really goofy looking. There's a scene where Flash saves this girl in a car accident, and it kind of just like pauses to show her face. And I think you actually see this in the one of the previews, and you can see um, just the way she looks in that scene. I mean, she looks like a cartoon character, like a video game almost. They really could have cleaned up the CGI a lot. But other than that, not really much that I can say that oh, they could have done this, or Zack Snyder could have done this better. He could have done that better. I really couldn't. Even if you were to ask me what parts could have been taken out to make it shorter, I don't think you could have, because of the way the story was told, the way the characters were explored. It kind of needed to be this long, and it's broken into segments. Um, Even down to Steppenwolf's character. I mean, Steppenwolf is a different character in this movie altogether. Looks better. You, the armor he has is better. Everything about him, you get a feel that he's more of a threat. Where in the first one, he kind of was like a joke. They kind of kicked his ass, and then Superman came in, gave him the final blow, and that was the end of him, more or less. Can't even really remember what happened to him, but I remember Superman came in, kicked his ass. Um, but yeah, Steppenwolf was a way better character in this movie. The fight scenes with him, It really gave you that feeling. I won't say just like Thanos, but similar, where you felt like, okay, they actually need Superman for this guy. Where in the other one, you were like, they probably could have disposed of him themselves. Um, Even his mission and, you know, what his purpose was, trying to redeem himself in the eyes of Darkseid. Which leads me to Darkseid and another gripe I had with the movie. Like I said, I didn't have a lot of negative things to say, but this is definitely one of them. I feel like they did Darkseid dirty. And what I mean by that is, I don't want to say it. I don't want to give anything away because this is a non-spoiler review. But there's a scene. There's a scene somewhere in the middle part of the movie where they show as Wonder Woman is explaining who Darkseid is to Batman. They bring you back and show what, as she's explaining about Darkseid, they show one of his battles. And I don't want to say too much here, but he gets his ass kicked in that battle from thousands of years ago, whatever it was. And so they've built up Darkseid to be this big badass character. You kind of want him to give you that same kind of ominous, we're in deep shit type of bad guy feel that Thanos gave you. And when they did that, it kind of just took away from the seriousness of Darkseid. I definitely think we're going to see more of Darkseid because there is a cliffhanger at the end of the movie. And like I said, I'm not going to say too much more. But I definitely expect another Justice League. And just the way the movie ends, I think Darkseid's going to be a force to reckon with. If we get that other Justice League movie, which we probably will. But aside from that, I mean, the movie was just fantastic. Fantastic. Like I said, the character development, the storylines, everything. I mean, there's not one part of the movie, even parts that were slow, where you might think to yourself, oh, the 4-hour movie, there's got to be boring, slow parts. It's actually, those are probably the parts where you're getting to know a character in a deeper way, and it's connecting you to the characters in the movie. So for me anyway, it was something that kept me interested. So I mean, there's not really any, and even in between that time, there's always like some kind of fight, some kind of battle sequence or whatever. But no, I mean, it's worth the 4 hours. So if you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's on HBO Max. You probably already know this. But yeah, I loved it. Great movie. And I can't wait to see what they're going to do from here. When you see how this movie ends, there's a lot to think about. So with that said, I'm going to wrap this up. I might do a spoiler review of this tomorrow because I really want to talk more about the movie. It was just really, really good, and there's a lot to say. I'm just trying to be careful what I say here. But yeah, if you guys like this, leave your comments below. Like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. All right. See you next time.